Hi Taurus, happy early birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-April 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what me and from us, it's what I call the bridge in the gap spread, and the way it works is I'll look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where the bridge in the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so it could be referring to the card to the left is your energy and the card to the right is the other person's. If you feel it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Ace of Coins. So to me this says ultimately you might have actually envisioned this person going the distance with you as far as a romantic connection goes. Now, with the AC energies, that doesn't necessarily mean that was communicated, but at the very least, to me, this says that you were at least thinking about that potential with this person in the past. All right, in the past position on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So to me, this says more than likely they were probably the ones who opened the communication lines between the two of you initially. They might have actually been the ones to come forward, express interest, things along those lines there. But yeah, to me this says at the very least they might have been a little bit quicker and more decisive in the past compared to where you were, as far as it looked like you were just thinking it through but not necessarily communicating it. Present energy on your side, we have the Ace of Arrows. So given that the arrows do represent communication, it could just be saying that now you might actually be getting to the point where you are ready to communicate to this person as far as what you're feeling. Yeah, maybe this is just more so doing with the transits as far as we're going to be entering into Taurus season soon. So maybe as those energies get into your sign, it might give you a little bit more energy and desire to be more expressive. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Three of Wands. So this is Aries energy here, and usually Three of Wands is an energy of waiting for their ships to come in. So, for example, if they did feel like they were the ones who were expressing interest in the past, and maybe you were giving off more of an energy like you needed to think it through, could just be saying that now they're just waiting for you to come to them this time around, right? Feeling like, okay, well, they put their cards on the table in the past, it would be more on you to come forward. But this could also just be saying that they might get a lot of attention in general. So if that's the case, you might end up letting that deter you from coming forward for some of you. But yeah, that's what I see there. It could just be saying that currently they do get a decent amount of attention. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Ace of Staves. So this is actually an action-oriented energy compared to the other two. So yeah, this could just be saying that ultimately you've just been exploring the thoughts around this connection in your mind for a while and figuring out, okay, could I see this moving forward or not? And if that's the case, it looks like it's saying with the future energy, ultimately, it looks like you're getting closer to saying, yeah, you know what, let me actually take action toward this connection. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Strength card. So this is the Major Arcana card for Leo. But if we look at the artwork here, this is very similar to the Strength artwork from the traditional tarot. We see this person almost tugging at that, right? So it could just be saying that because it looks like you guys aren't necessarily being very expressive around how you're feeling, this could ultimately just be saying that eventually they'll get to the point of, just frustration around trying to figure out what you're feeling, right? So they might actually start to try to pull more energy out of you as far as figuring out where you are mentally, right? So, they might try to see if you do want to be in this connection or not, right? Because like I said, it looks like you've been exploring it, because these ace energies usually point more to a mental process than actual action. So it'll just be saying that ultimately they might just get to the point where like, all right, are you in or are you out? So that's what I see with that. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces energy. So yeah, it could ultimately be saying that eventually you will come forward and express your feelings for this person. But like I said, it seems like you guys were just really thinking it through at this time. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Nine of Wands. So this energy here can point to a bit of an abandonment wound. So as far as, if they were coming in fast in the past, right, and like I said, if they're just absorbing a lot of attention from others at this time in the present, and then also even as we see in the future, them trying to get out of you what you're feeling, right? Are you in the connection? Are you out of the connection? Could all just stem from a bit of an abandonment wound that they might have had from growing up. Now ultimately that's still their thing to resolve, but it could at least explain why they might come across in the way they do. All right, so next we'll move on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck here. I'm going to give it a few shuffles. And what I'm going to do is actually cut the deck and pull a card. I'll take this one here since it fell. And get this out of the way. And next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle. So I'll give this a few shuffles as well. All right. Take this card here, and I'll get this out of the way. And we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card first. All right, we have Obsession. It says someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Interesting one there, right? Because I do have to say, at least looking at the future energy on their side with the Strength card, it might actually ultimately be them who could be coming across with the energy. But like I said, given these ace energies, which to me point more to a mental thought process, I'll just be saying that for some of you guys might actually be obsessed as well. So, in worst case, maybe it's a mutual thing, right? But that's what I see with that. And then from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Go the Distance. There's the artwork, and the number is 47. All right, the relationship message says you either are in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade a new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So yeah, definitely a positive message there as far as the potential longevity for the connection goes. But yeah, like I said, more than anything, it seems like you guys are really just trying to think through whether or not you wanted to move forward with this person or not, right? And maybe some of you was maybe a little bit of a hesitation because if you did see they got a lot of attention, right? Maybe that had you questioning, okay, can I count on them to be consistent or not? But like I said, ultimately, it looks like you're getting to the point where you want to take action toward the connection, and this person looks like they want to get out of you. Like, hey, how do you actually feel, right? So, looks like there's definitely some potential there. But hopefully that resonate with you guys. Once again, happy early birthday. We'll wrap up there, and we'll see you all next month. All right, bye.